listen to this.
Who's they? That don't make no sense. You can't just say that. Who's?
My nigga, never, nigga. That's why I don't fucking. My nigga, read that fucking tablet, nigga.
Bro, it's called the Talmud, number one.
Whatever the fuck it's called, I don't give a fuck.
And what is the Talmud anyway?
It's the book of the devil.
No, it is not.
That's what that is. Because if it, nigga, it's the book of the devil. Because if it makes you, if it tells you that you're better than another type of fucking human being.
They believe in the Bible. That's number one.
So what's this Talmud shit they reading?
The Talmud is a central text.
My nigga, they spit on Jesus' name.
No, it's a.
They curse his name. They do that.
It's a separate book. It's a separate book, but what?
And I got a Jew spitting right next. I'm smacking the dog shit out of him. There's gonna be a big brawl out there.
I don't understand how you can say. Did you never meet a person that was Jewish that was kind to you? Come on, bro. That's ridiculous.
I never what?
Did you ever meet a person that was Jewish that was kind to you?
A couple of people. I even have girls on my dick too, but I ain't even want to fuck them.
I mean, that's ridiculous that you're even saying that. I mean, like, seriously.
That's my word. But listen.
Bro, why don't you read the Talmud? Why don't you read the Talmud? Hold on. Why don't you read the Talmud? First of all.
Listen what I'm telling you, man.
For you to say that culturally everybody is wrong as a class of people just doesn't make any sense to me.
I see it with my own eyes, even when I'm in the Upper East Side, bro, which is Jew Central. Great Jew Central, my nigga. Okay? I'm holding the door open for a lady. The nigga walks in like mad quick. Now, I'm like, yo, I didn't hold that for you. But he didn't want no smoke with me because he just ignored me and kept going.
Yeah, but
that guy's a piece of fucking shit, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, young lady. I was raised by humans. He's a fucking animal.
So if somebody that didn't hold the door for you looked Chinese, you would be like, yo, all Chinese people are fucking work.
You say thank you. Even the Chinese don't know no English. They be giving you the head nod.
Oh, come on.
She, my nigga. She. These niggas ain't doing none of that shit.
Let me ask you something. Why is the narrative? Hold on.
You motherfuckers want
Why? I want to know why the narrative out there is that Jews run the world, therefore we hate the Jews. Like that's the narrative, right?
No.
But then hold on. But then the people, hold on. There are several different classes of people, groups of people, whether you group them by race or you group them by anything else, even a part of the world. Like, why don't you hate all the people in Monaco? It's one of the richest nations in the world. They have plenty of money. Why don't people hate Bill Gates? No, I'm saying. No, people. No. Here's the problem. It's, bro. It doesn't.
Trying to take over the world domination, and make everybody on earth their slaves.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is it doesn't make sense because people will hate one class of people for having money.
They've been hated since the beginning of.
It's a double standard, bro. It doesn't make sense. People will hate one.
This is before even our time. Okay, how are they always? Because it's in the history books. How much corruption they caused in all these empires. And they're the reason of the fall of the empires. Okay? It's in history. They get kicked out of all the countries. Why? Dude, we're not from those countries. Why they kick them out? And why weren't they still in their land and they're coming from somewhere else, coming back to their land? If they was already there, if it was their land 2,000 years, so why did y'all leave 2,000 years ago? Because you left the motherfucking Egypt to get away from the fucking Pharaohs. All right, Moses done saved your fucking asses.
Okay, what about somebody that hates black people just as much as people hate Jews? If people say, yo, black people are the problem with this earth. There's people that believe that. What do you say to them? What do you say to them now? But they believe that. Hold on.
When they were the ones getting fucking persecuted. That's like saying that the Egyptian Christian Orthodox fucking people in Egypt are bad people. Okay?
I want you to hold on.
To do with nothing. Just like the blacks here, they ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
The KKK,
all this shit came from?
The KKK, and there's other groups of people out there that will say that black people are the problem with the world. What do you say about that?
They can say it. But let's look at reality. Who were the slaves? Who were the slave owners? Who was the one that was doing all the evil things that we hear about in history to these people? They go and save a race from total annihilation in Germany, yet you guys still treat the people you took with you to war to go fight and free those people. You still treat them like shit. How many fucking stories there are of white and black soldiers fought in other countries?
Well, I'm going to read the Talmud. I'm going to read the Talmud, just like I read the Bible, because everybody always wants to shit on something they know nothing about. And to say an entire class of people is wrong.
Well, if you close the door, I'll be erupted. Just close the door. I'll just go through. Okay, for a second. I'm coming through, bro. I got to wait. If you make room, it'd be nice. Consider it. You know what I mean?
What happened?
Billy wants us to wait, got the door open, just big tough guy. Like, nigga, move, close the fucking door. Can't be considerate, like.
It's all right. Patience always wins. That, and you don't want a road rage incident.
I got a road rage.
You heard Trump said gonna remove congestion pricing. I don't know how the fuck.
My nigga, I can't save no money with this congestion price. That's why they about to send me to this fucking welding shit. I can start making some fucking real money.
They're not compensating you?
Huh?
They're not compensating you?
Compensating me for what? I mean, I get paid $25 an hour, bro.
But they don't.
And told alone every day is like a fucking couple $100. I mean, every day, every fucking week.
That's crazy. And you got to pay that out of your pocket?
Yeah, duh. You don't want to go to work, right?
What you mean? You ain't got a company car?
No, ain't no company car. I work in the plant, bro. I work in that nuclear plant, man. That's why once I get this fucking... That's why when I get this thing, I'm going to go for my fucking degree.
That's crazy.
So I could at least get an engineering, because the engineers over there making like $300. Wow. But them niggas are fucking evil, bro. I'm sorry to say, man. I don't like to talk bad about people, but nigga, and you know what? Let me tell you something. I used to listen to the fucking stereotype, oh, Jews are cheap, this and that. So I told you I got friends in Florida that were Jews from fucking Israel. What? So we go to the bar, they take me out with them. I'm like, I'm gonna buy these niggas around. I'm gonna buy the first round, all right?
Oh, my no.
I'm telling myself I'm gonna buy the first round for all of us. And if they want to buy another round, they can buy it. But I did my thing. I bought the first round of drinks. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about? Is this back to the Jews?
Listen, yeah, they're my Jewish friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm coming in with the drinks in my hand. It was like 4 of us. So I got 4 drinks in my hand. I'm walking in. They're like, and the nigga sound like Van Damme, nigga. John Claude Van Damme for sure.
Mm.
So I'm like, so he's like, where you go? I'm like, I went to go get his drinks, bro. For what?
Oh, shit.
He's like, we buy bottles and we have the VIP. Come on. I'm like, what, nigga? That shit changed my whole... I'm like, yo, I'm never going to listen to another Arab again say fucking Jews cheap, nigga.
So then what happened? You went and partied with Jews?
Yeah, nigga.
You know, let me tell... I mean, it just doesn't even sound right how we class... Listen, man, I'm not... blaming shit on any class of people.
I used to bring them with, right?
Anyway, let me tell you what the White House posted in all caps, congestion
What?
pricing is dead, Manhattan, and all of New
That's
York
because of
is
this bitch
saved.
Kathy Hope.
Long live the king. They wrote "Long live the king," bro.
Yeah, he's a king. And
Who?
he should
Who?
act
Trump?
like it.
Trump's a
Yeah.
king. He's a king, and he should act like it. That's how you feel.
Yeah.
Are you American, bro? Or are you living in a
Yeah.
fucking a monarchy or some shit?
What I'm trying to say is that nigga need to hold shit down for niggas. Stop treating Netanyahu like he's king shit.
Listen, man, there's
You know what
something
I'm
to be
saying?
said. There's something to be said about congestion pricing. It's a deterrent. They're trying to clean up the city. Now, someone like you, that shit don't make no sense. Your job should compensate you for it. But they're trying to clean up the air. They're trying to clean up congestion. That shit is whack having cars in gridlock traffic all day. I agree with it. Paris, Amsterdam, London, major cities have done this to a certain extent where they've just blocked off complete areas of the city.
Well, nigga, what the fuck is America turning into? Like I told you.
Oh, shut up. It's New York City, bro.
Corruption in our government.
So you're gonna tell me,
so much shit right now.
hold on, you're gonna tell me, bro, you're gonna tell me if me and you went to Manhattan one day and we just took a walk down an avenue because it was fucking close to cars. You don't think that would like make us have a good day? No cars, less congestion, less air pollution, cleaner air. You don't think we'd have a better day if there was less cars?
You sound like a bitch, man.
All right, I mean, whatever.
All right, the fuck you talking about, nigga?
Well, it looks like they're gonna get rid of it. So
we got the world's biggest fucking city. What you mean? Congestion prices.
Look at what the MTA look at what the MTA hold on. Look at what the MTA
gay pride in Ghana.
Hold on. Look at what the
fuck about gay pride in Ghana. Y'all could have built two FDR.
Oh, stop. You don't even know what those things mean. They just named the program. You don't know what happened. Maybe they were just stealing the money after they gave it to the country. Maybe they were actually just giving them the money as a donation.
Like I said,
who knows? Anyway, listen.
I'm just using that as an example to be able to build roads.
The MTA
and pay the American citizen to build extra roads so we can have
clear paths. Roads my ass. The MTA said in response to the White House, it's mystifying that after 4 years and 4,000 pages of federally supervised environmental review and barely 3 months after giving final approval to the congestion relief program, U.S. Department of Transportation would seek to totally reverse course. Woof!
Go to hell.
You said go to hell? That's hilarious. Well, there it goes. Congestion pricing is a meticulously studied, globally proven program that is enshrined in New York state law. Oh well. Who knows? Yo, let me tell you why I think Trump is getting away with most of this shit. You know why? And I like the guy. I want him to succeed. You know why? You know what he's doing? He's straight up not listening to the law. He's like circumventing everything. He's like, yeah, I don't agree with that. There was something just the other day he said it was unconstitutional. So he said he's not going to follow it. Oh, the access to the government documents with Elon Musk. He was saying we should give access, and they said that there's some impoundment law of 1976 or something.
Because they were stealing since then.
The Impoundment Control Act of 1974. The Constitution grants the president no unilateral authority to withhold funds from obligation. So when you go to the Office of Management and Budget and you say, oh, like, don't give this either like this state money or this program money, that's unconstitutional. And that's going against the law. And he's calling that unconstitutional. And then he's saying, yeah, and I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. That shit is crazy.
Because he's putting people in check. Elon Musk considers $75,000.
I mean, listen, man, let me tell you something, bro. We got to open our eyes too. I don't even hate on Elon or anything like that. Bro, you tell me, bro, you see how I work, all these freaking jobs and all this shit. Bro, you're going to tell me that Elon Musk got time to run SpaceX, Tesla, The Boring Company, XAI, any other ventures that he has. He's also doing like other startups. He's still invested in OpenAI. And then he's a fucking top player on Diablo.
What's Diablo?
Diablo's like a famous computer game. You don't know Diablo 2? He said like he's literally like top 10 ranked players in the world. And people are like calling him, I hate using this word, but they're calling him Cap, or they're calling Cap. They're like, this is bullshit. Like, how the hell do you have time for all that and you're a top player in Diablo? It's like being the top player in like Halo or some shit like that. Anyway, my point being, how the hell you got time for the Department of Government Efficiency as well? All he does is, like any good leader or any good manager, you have teams working for you and you go get a report from them. You trust that what they're saying is truthful, and then that's it. You just move forward and you make a decision based off that information. But to think that Elon Musk can sit there and he just has some unlimited capacity that no other human does, even if the guy slept 2 hours a night, he still wouldn't be able to pull this off. Even Trump himself, they look like they can, which is one of their superpowers, like the display of their perception, right? Like how they go about doing it is remarkable, right? Because they tell everyone around the world, they show everyone around the world and demonstrate that they look like they know what they're doing and that they have their arms around everything. But you really got to ask yourself, does anybody really have that much capacity? It doesn't even make sense. So everybody's just really. Did you hear about the typo? There was something being reported just in like the last 24 hours for the Department of, because he installed the website. Did you see the website?
What website?
The Doge website. Doge.
Where installed it?
Doge.gov. So it shows it shows savings, like everything that they saved. It shows, and apparently one of the contracts was, instead of it saying 8 billion, it should have said 8 million. It was a typo, and people verified that. So it was some program that they said that was like saved or whatever. I mean, and it's cool. It's cool that they have like, they have like statistics on the website. I mean, it looks okay. They have savings, which the top 10 agencies, the total contract savings, USAID, that's the US Agency for International Development, ED, Department of Education, which is DOE, Office of Personnel Management, OPM, Health and Human Services, HHS. Like, I love that he installed this. And then they also have the top 10 agencies contract savings as percent of budget. So it's cool that they put this out there. And then it's showing like, okay, like some of the savings that they have. Like, so there's contracts out there from like the commodities, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, which you probably know about. I mean, I do because I used to trade currencies, but like annual subscriptions and stuff. So the total contract was 255,000, and the savings is 60,000. So it's like, all right, look, I love the transparency, but who's verifying this shit? Nobody's verifying this shit. And by the way, if you come back and tell us we just saved 300 billion, there was a question posed on like Fox News yesterday, where somebody asked, one of the viewers asked, hey, hang on, are taxpayers getting a refund check from Doge? And Musk said he'll check with Trump. He said that he proposed sending every tax-paying American household $5,000 following White House cuts in federal spending. I mean, that would be amazing if they did that. But even then, like, listen, man, all I'm saying is this. If you were going to be a critic of the government, or a critic of anyone for that matter, and then, like, where do you stop? Where do you draw the line? You get what I'm saying? Like, if you were going to be a critic of something, like of the government, and then all of a sudden Trump and Elon come in, and you think that there's some altruistic, aspect of their personas that they're gonna, come in here and just all of a sudden be good and not steal from the coffers, and everything's all good. Like that's fucking crazy to me. Because even if they give these $5,000 checks out, right? What I'm asking you is, when do you stop becoming a skeptic? For all we know, they just printed more fucking money and just sent it to everybody. If they told us that they saved $300 billion, right? It's like, okay, great. What are you going to do with the 300 billion? All right, you're going to give a tax refund with 100 billion of it. All right, great. Everybody's happy. And then with the other 200 billion, we're going to pay down the deficit. I think everybody'd be happy with that. Or we're going to put it in programs that people really care about. There's this not a paradox, but there's a like, you still listening to me?
Oh yeah.
There's this thing where oh man, who was it? I think it was Ronald Reagan, and it was another Fed chairman. So the idea was,
yeah, they didn't want their raggedy asses fucking
no,
sending the shit to the Fed, because there ain't no gold in Fort Knox now.
No, there was this demonstration that was made where it was a hypothetical one, where it says, okay, taxpayers don't know what their money is being spent on. Since the beginning of time, bro, we don't know what the fuck it's being spent on. So every single time that they open up a new program and they say, oh, hey, we want to spend money on X, right? Now, it's one thing to say, we're going to go spend money on X, right? Let's say we're going to create new programs for children, after school programs for children in this area, right? In urban areas in New York City, right? That's coming from the White House. So let's say it's going to cost us $5 million, right? What they do today is they either tell us or don't tell us, and then they just go and they create the program and they send out the money, right? But the other example, like what we should do, is there's a difference. Even if you were transparent, let's say in a perfect world they were transparent with us, we might say, hey, this is great, I want this program. Let's say we voted on it. We vote with our mouths, with our hands, right? We vote, right? As people, as citizens, we vote. So if we say yes, then it goes into law, and then the program will get funded, right?
Okay.
But what if you took the money that was going to be spent and you gave it to all the individuals? So let's say they took a few $100 bills and they put it in all of the hands of all of the New Yorkers that were going to be affected, considering it's that direct area, and said, all right, do you want the program now? And then if we say yes, it's like, okay, give me the money. How many people do you think are going to let go of the money?
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? They're gonna get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. I don't care if I'm saving. I don't care who I'm saving. I could be saving little puppies and shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not giving you shit. Go spend it. Go find the money somewhere else. Go print some more money.
Straight up, why you need us?
But that's the point. That's the point. So how it demonstrates how fickle our system is. Like, it doesn't even make sense, bro. Like, where do our tax dollars really go is the first question. Where does it get stored is the second question. And then how does it really get disseminated? So they might say, oh, well, you voted for it, or you didn't vote for it, but you voted for this person, and this person then voted for it. And that's why the money's being spent. So, I mean, there's just way too much to be said here. But what I'm just saying is, with anybody, bro, and I'll tell you firsthand, trust but verify, right? Because anybody's going to lie and try to get away with it, especially if it's either something stupid or something very dangerous for them, right? So it's like, yeah. Anyway, I mean, this Doge website, go to the Doge website.
Go all of that analogy, but to keep it really short and simple, niggas is evil, nigga.
Who is the rich?
Ain't nobody hating on one part of people,
but who's evil?
World, nigga, and they right. The whole world's against them because of what y'all doing in this world that people do not agree with. That's the issues.
What does that mean?
If they weren't so evil in killing the way they're killing the Arabs over there, bro. I mean, they're raping, pillaging. They're raping little kids, bro. They said they beheaded babies. The Arabs, they did the beheadings. They cooked babies. They did all of that shit, bro. All of that shit they said the Arabs did, there's no proof. But they got proof of them doing a lot of the evil shit, which is fucking unacceptable, bro.
I mean, what
shit is foul what they did to them kids, bro. You should never do that to the kids. What them kids got to do with anything, man? And they're not fighting people. They're not fighting over there. They're fighting kids younger than us, B.
So then what do you have to say?
Guys our age fighting kids younger than us.
I mean, what do you have to say about Russia right now? I mean, again, we're labeling Zelensky as a dictator. He went from being a folk hero, to a hero. Just say he's not a folk hero, a hero. And now he's being called a dictator. That's wild. And look at how the narrative. No, this is
they do whatever they want.
Exactly.
They do whatever the fuck they want.
This is textbook, because what is that? That's propaganda, right?
Yep.
Because now, I mean, I loved
after y'all done gave him $200 billion, and then he's saying he don't even know what happened to the money.
I loved Zelensky. Well, listen, man, who knows who said what? I mean, that's another.
You know Zelensky to love him. Like, yo, my nigga, I like a lot of these people, but nigga, I really gotta see what the fuck your real, who you really are.
So Trump just called him a dictator. He called him a dictator without elections. I'm not sure if you saw the post, but it's a very long post. He said, think of it, a modestly successful comedian, Volodymyr Zelensky, talked the United States into spending $350 billion to go into a war that couldn't be won, that never had to start, but a war that he, without the U.S. and Trump, will never be able to settle. So then Trump says, he added to his social media post that Zelensky is a dictator without elections. And then Zelensky fought back earlier today, and he said he accused Trump of living in a Russian-made disinformation space. And here you go. Here's the fucking merry-go-round.
Now they're at each other's necks now.
And now now Trump comes back and says Zelensky better move faster, or he is not going to have a country left. I mean, come on, bro. I told you what happened to my violin instructor in Ukraine, right?
What?
I was taking violin lessons. You remember I told you?
No, but
all right. Well, he was.
What happened is it?
Well, he was in Donetsk, which is a region that was bordering
Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah, man, and it's since been taken over. And when I remember there was one point where he said, Bashoy, he's like, hey man, he's like, just give me a second. And I was like, what's going on? And he's like, and then he hears something outside. He had a 2-week-old boy, his first child. And he takes the camera. We're on laptops together, because that's how we were doing the lessons. And he takes the camera and he just puts the laptop out the window, and you just see soldiers running. And I was like, are those Russian soldiers? He's like, yes. He's like, I have to go. And he hung up, and then we had a couple lessons after that. And then the next week, because we had 5 lessons a week, and the next week he stopped answering me.
Oh, they got his ass.
Man, I'm just saying, man, in the meantime, we are successfully negotiating an end to the war with Russia, something I'll admit only Trump and the Trump administration can do. Biden never tried. Europe has failed to bring peace, and Zelensky probably wants to keep the gravy train going. That's fucking that's crazy that Trump is saying that. I mean, listen, man, at the end of the day, there's going to be arguments that are said that Ukraine asked for it because they violated the Minsk agreements, right? Saying that, we would never let Ukraine join NATO, but they're an independent nation. And by the way, if they were truly going to join NATO, why would you publicize it? If you're going to do something like that is going to piss off, You get what I'm saying? Like, listen, if I'm gonna build a fence that I know is gonna piss off my neighbor, I'm gonna just do that shit. Like if I have to build the fence, you get what I'm saying? Or whatever the hell I'm gonna do. I'm not
hold
gonna.
On, hold on, I got nothing loud. Hold on.
All right. I mean, they didn't have to like. Yeah, they didn't have to like. They didn't have to talk about it. They could have just joined NATO and then be like, "Hey, Ukraine, join NATO." Now what's Russia gonna do? But I guess you're gonna blame the Jews for that too.
Shit, I would. Fuck it.
Right? That's what everybody. That's what everybody loves doing, bro.
Let me tell you. You see the Jews. You know who got the world's biggest skin bag? Them. You got the world's biggest fucking.
The world's biggest what?
Body parts for like implant. What do you call that shit? Like
implant.
Parts and that and all of that. You know who got it? Israel, nigga. You know whose body parts those are? Those are the fucking Palestinians. They've been killing all these years, bro.
So that's why they went in there.
Tell me.
I mean, look, man. If we live in some type of warped,
remember Ukraine? You know what Ukraine is?
Dystopia. That'd be crazy.
Sex trafficking country in the world.
What, Ukraine?
Ukraine.
I don't know if it's the biggest.
Sex trafficking place. Nigga, look this shit up, bro. I'm telling you, I'm just spitting facts to you.
So
I was part of some fucked up.
So now you got.
Shit they were doing.
Now you got civil rights groups suing the Trump administration.
How the auditors don't want to get audited, but you can audit us. The fuck sense does that make?
What are you talking about? The auditing of Fort Knox?
Yeah, the auditing of everything. Hello.
Well, the auditing of what? Fort Knox or what?
Huh?
Fort Knox?
Nigga, I don't know what they were doing, but they audited the fucking Social Security. They audited the tax people.
Again, I'm just saying trust. I'm just saying trust but verify. That's all I'm saying.
They doing it right now, bro. Look online. The lady from the Social Security resigned. After they started spitting all that shit, and they got 360-year-old guys still getting fucking Social Security. How? Where? Why? You
don't know that they were getting payouts. They were just on the roster. They don't. They said.
It doesn't matter.
They even said that.
Matter.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Hold on. I've worked in plenty of companies where we have stale data. There's a lot of bad data out there. Bro. That doesn't mean that you always disable someone out of a system. It happens all the time. That happens all the time. Oh, really? Last time I checked, there's a bunch of contacts in my phone book that I never fucking called. Come on, bro. Come on.
I'm telling you.
If they were getting payments, hold on. No. Hold on. Now they have to check. No.
Who gets in and gets the ass end of the stick.
No, now they have to check if they're getting payments. If they were sent checks, then yeah, that's fraud, bro.
They said they were sending checks.
I didn't. No, I think they stopped short of saying that. And they were just saying that they were on the roster. They're on the roster. That's just saying that they're still in the system. Doesn't mean they're getting money. So now a whole bunch of people are suing Trump for DEI programs.
Look at all that shit they got online, bro.
What you mean?
Bingo.
What?
I'm at the store. This nigga fucking.
They're saying that the lawsuits allege that the Trump administration is infringing on the organization's right to free speech and due process by forcing said organizations to adopt the Trump administration's view regarding DEI. So they're saying that DEI within organizations is free speech. Well, if you're a private company, if you're not getting any government funding, you could do whatever the fuck you want with DEI. You don't have to stop DEI. I don't even know what the law is. By the way, bro, let me tell you something. What Trump did in his first term is insane because everything before had to go through Congress and it was always political gridlock. That's why everybody was fucking pissed. Now everybody's pissed because because of where our taxpayer money is going. But for as long as I can remember, as long as I've been alive, and and as long as I've been paying attention for that matter, and for the history of the United States, everybody was always mad because there was political gridlock. You know that there was from what I heard, there's like a there was an initiative to legalize basements in New York. Like that law was on the docket for like 20 years already.
Oh, as an apartment?
Yeah, and it was like
Yeah, but they said no, right?
look, the New York State's 2025 budget includes a pilot program to legalize basements and cellars in New York City. This is a 2025 program. But from what I heard is that in the early 2000s, this was someone wrote this in Albany and said, yeah, we want to legalize basements because you know that there's a housing shortage, and you know that every fucking basement in New York City is fucking occupied. You know that shit. Even in New Jersey and shit, any
Everywhere
basement.
is occupied right now. That's why it's so hard to find a house. Bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if that's true, that means that it was sitting there as a bill for 20 years, 20 fucking years, while the city was giving people.
We talking about a bill, and you talking about money being sent to fucking people.
No. I'm talking about political gridlock, because what I'm saying is what they were doing is they were preventing landlords from making money, and instead they were taxing landlords because they were making landlords like they would give them like penalties and fines. They gave my mom a $10,000 fine, bro, for me living in the basement.
For you?
Yeah, when we were there, because my fucking.
Oh, so they could give fines while they're still trying to put this in bill. You can't be giving people fines for that.
Yeah, and then they kept it illegal. But it's like why would you make it illegal? Like, why is it illegal? And they say it's because you don't have second doorway, two means of egress. But it's like, whatever, man. Like, you could easily add another fucking door. Crazy.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
But again, why would it be on the docket in Albany for 20 years if that was true?
Because people are lazy and they're fucking up our government.
No, but
they do a job and they're not doing it.
It's just bullshit political gridlock is what I'm saying.
And then actually, in all honesty, human nature, a lot of people are fucking evil, bro. A lot of people are evil. And once they get to that power, look at them. I mean, you can look at a lot of them, bro. How you making 200,000? You got 200 million. How, bitch? Make that make sense.
I mean, the point is that they were trying to fucking legalize it for how many years, and it never happened. And that's so stupid.
But that got nothing to do.
Now they're doing it.
Giving a 360-year-old person fucking Social Security money. Don't make sense.
Oh, this Social Security thing.
Let me call you back, bro.
I mean, if you want to have or host DEI summits, training, the three orders we are challenging today perpetuate false and long-standing stereotypes that Black people and other underrepresented groups lack skills, talent, and merit, willfully ignoring the discriminatory barriers that prevent a true meritocracy from flourishing. I mean, I just do not understand. DEI makes sense, but to have people go through compulsory training, I thought it was a waste of money. I don't know that I would do it in a small company. I don't know that I would do it in a large company. But there's something to be said, because the thing is, I think there's a strong inclination with any one person that's going to look at their own kind and say, I am more favorable to this person. Like, I'm Egyptian. It doesn't mean that I necessarily like Egyptians, but I'm an odd person. I mean, I love Egyptians. There's nothing wrong with them, but as far as just wanting to select them to do some type of job for me, I have absolutely no preference there. I can safely say that. However, when it comes to business, I mean, to me, here's the thing about DEI. This is why I really think DEI doesn't really make much sense. Because if we're truly in a meritocracy, and I don't think we are, because there's people that definitely get jobs that don't know what the hell they're doing, and I'm definitely one of them. But or I was one of them. But even now, I'm still one of them, right? Doesn't matter what project or what new initiative or task you take up, it's new, right? A project is a unique a temporary endeavor that produces a unique result. So you've never done it before. It doesn't matter how many times you've done something similar, it is unique. If you build a house 100 times, it's 100 different houses. It will always be new. You're always going to be learning something. So when it comes to DEI, the way I think about it is if we truly believe that the best people, not the best, but some of the best quality people are leading these Fortune 500 companies in which I invest, and actually almost everyone in the United States does invest, and around the world, whoever is in the markets that gives their money to these companies. If you truly believe that we have some of the best leaders in these positions, then you would have to also accept that they're going to be making good decisions. And what are good decisions? One of them is understanding balance sheets and understanding where money is being spent and how you can save in certain areas, how you can grow revenue, looking at your net income, looking at your cash flows. Another one is looking at your products, looking at what you're selling, how you are selling it, how are you delivering it. If we look at the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, placement, and promotion, hitting on all 4 of those P's. But on top of that, it's also running your organization. And behind that is motivation and morale. And when it comes to human resources, from all of the evidence that I've seen and my empirical evidence, my empirical anecdotal experience that I've had in working in corporate for 15 years, and I don't know shit, but from what I know, it makes the most sense to have a diverse field, a diverse grouping of minds. First of all, I work with amazing women, not good women. I work with women of all races that are fucking fantastic. Business analysts, test engineers, test leads, engineers, software developers, coding engineers, project managers, program managers, product owners. Oh man, I actually love working with women. That doesn't say that I prefer women or I prefer men or anything. All the same. But the fact that there was always, like, I understand that there's always been a gender pay gap. Like, that never made any sense to me, because I work with women that I would literally trust to run companies with. I would trust these women to run a $10 million project. So the fact that we give a little, and I think this is the narrative out there, I don't know that it's necessarily true, but I'm sure in some pockets of our world, especially corporate, it definitely is true. And I know it to be true as well, because I've shared my salary with some women, and I told them straight up, I was like, I'm making X and you're making, and she's like, I'm making Y. And I'm like, well, now you understand. Here's the gender pay gap. And I'm telling you right now, you can go take it back to whoever. I don't care. Like, it's not fair that you're making less than me. You're 10 times the project manager that I am, but you're making less. And your job is even more scrutinized. In this case, she was a product owner, and she was fantastic. Oh, I would trust her with the world. But again, if here's the thing. And again, when you look at the C-suite, the executives, your chief executive officer, your chief operating officer, financial officer, marketing officer, technology officer, when you look at your C-suite, what do you think they see when they look out in the crowd? Again, the CEO of McDonald's is not making hamburgers, but the CEO of McDonald's is looking out and says, who am I serving? I'm serving white people, black people, brown people. I'm serving Muslims, Jews, Christians. I'm serving male, female, transgender. I'm serving the gamut, everything, the full spectrum of people. I'm serving people. I don't know that there's a product out there, and for those of you that are going to say, oh yeah, there's just one product. I don't know that there's a product out there that's just for white people or just for black people. I mean, I remember Tommy Hilfiger said something like, not to repeat it, but he said, made a comment like, oh, our clothes are not for black people or they're just for white people, something like that. Like, there's no product out there that's for a certain class of people. Or here's the other thing. There's no product out there that is inaccessible to a certain class of people. All products are made for all people. So with that in mind, and when you think about catering to the rich, there's a lot of businesses that cater to the rich, right? When you think of that in mind and you keep that in mind, what do you think the C-suite, the brightest minds in the world, how do you think they're thinking? Well, I myself am a manager, right? We all are in our own right. We're all managing things in our life. If you put yourself in those shoes, hypothetically, that's the beauty of the human mind. How would you say you would want to run your company? Wouldn't you want a diverse group that represents the diverse group that you're selling to? Now we actually look at empirical evidence. We look at evidence and say, yeah, the decision making is a whole lot. There's a lot more dearth there's a lot more breadth in the decision making when you have a diverse group of people. There's a lot more dearth and scarcity in your ideas when you let myopia settle in. So if I have an all-white base of a C-suite versus a fully diverse group, male, female, black, white, green, brown, whatever, races, religions, everything, they're speaking to the crowd. These guys, they have like tunnel vision. I'm not saying that either one is more successful. What I am saying is that there's evidence that shows that their decision making, I mean, how can you say that it turns out to be better? But you can look at these companies that are run with diverse groups, and the only thing that you could really level out and compare apples to apples with is financial success. And that's how we measure a capitalist society anyway. So when I think about DEI, forcing someone to do DEI to me is like, this is stupid. And it's not stupid. The idea is really not stupid, but forcing these compulsory trainings, I don't know that they necessarily help. I never really believed in those trainings like that, especially they're not forced. You just skim right through them, but they cost money and they cost resources. It doesn't mean that it's not effective. And there is, for those of you that are familiar with the Rooney Rule, which is based off of Dan Rooney. He was the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is the way that the rule works is that a team must interview at least a minimum number of diverse candidates for open positions. And that's because I think for a while there, and I don't know this, but I think for a while there, everyone was just like, yeah, head coaches are white. This isn't even a class thing, or this isn't even a race thing, or whatever. It was just head coaches were always white. And there have been actually quotes from other quarterbacks out there that said I remember somebody said that a black quarterback can't win a championship, which is insane. Pat Mahomes just did it 3 times. Jalen Hurts did it. But there was a time where a black quarterback did not win a Super Bowl, right? So And I'm not saying that we have to have a black Super Bowl winning quarterback. That doesn't even make sense to me. It's based on merit, right? Who won? However, when you have a situation like this where you only have 30 NFL teams, you've never had a black head coach, to me, it's like, all right, if nobody's going to step up and say, we need to integrate diversity here, to me, this rule makes sense. Why don't you interview other people? And if you think about it, I don't know what percent of the NFL is black, but it's 53%. I was going to guess a little over half. If you look at the NBA, right? What percent of the NBA is black? 70%. So it's like, come on now. It's like, imagine you did not have black coaches in the NBA. That would make no sense. It would make no sense. And on top of that, like, I'm not saying that there has to be a black head coach. That does not make sense either. But what I'm saying is, don't you think that there would be a little more relativity when it comes to a black player and a black head coach? Doesn't mean you have to have that. I mean, some of the winningest head coaches ever in NCAA history the winningest head coaches in college basketball, they were like all white. I mean, seriously. Mike Krzyzewski, Herb Magee, Harry Statham, Jim Boeheim, Glenn Robinson, Bob Huggins. I mean, these are all white candidates. And again, it doesn't mean that you have to be white. Jim Calhoun. I mean, I'm trying to find a black guy here. They don't have a picture for everybody. But does that necessarily matter? Roy Williams, Bob Knight, Dean Smith, right? Those are some of the names that I was thinking about. But again, that's not the point. It doesn't mean you have to have a black coach or you have to have a white coach. But the idea is, all right, if you guys aren't going to get diverse, we have to instill it here. Now, to me, that makes a lot more sense in a smaller population, a smaller group of people like the NFL. Yeah, there's 50-man rosters. There's probably 150 people on each organization. 150 times 30. I don't know what the math on that is, but I could probably do that math, but who cares? That's 4,500 people in the NFL probably. I'm assuming there's 150 staffers. We're not also talking about like 150 players and staff, right? I'm not talking about all the other people that support, the stadiums and all of that. But again, that's a much smaller number to say, hey, there needs to be some diversity here, rather than saying all of corporate America, which is however many millions of people, have to, be diverse. To me, and now we're coming full circle here, for those CEOs that are not diverse, trust me, they're not going to make it. It's not that they're not going to make it, but like, they're already at a disadvantage, in my opinion, because you need diversity if the crowd that you're speaking to, that you're selling to, is diverse. It doesn't make sense for it to be one way or for them to be out of balance. So to push DEI as it being compulsory, that doesn't make sense to me. The smart CEOs will know this. There's enough evidence out there to say that it brings about more instrumental decision making, and would say, no. This board, and it's not about being too white or anything. I hate blaming white. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. But the idea here being that I need the group of people that are creating my product to be as diverse as the group of people that I'm selling my product to. And the good CEOs will make that decision to make sure that they have a diverse group of people within their organization. That's why, to me, pushing DEI doesn't make a lot of sense.